Sense+Nation.
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 This is Sense+Nation. Sense+Nation.
The Sense+Nation.
Sense+Nation. Where we make sense of life and reality.
Wow, it takes something. I feel it has to take that. It has to take the low moments.
Yeah, for you to know.
It has to take the valley.
To know yourself.
Today's sermon was about the valley. Still, though I go through the valley of the shadow of death. So thing is, even if you come from one mountain to go to a higher mountain, you have to go down a valley.
Yeah.
Darkest. Where everything is down there. Gravity brings everything down here. And you have to cross all that just to get to a higher peak and all that. And it's amazing because the birth of like Sense+Nation is some time back when I had my first bike accident, and I feel the Savannah part because right now I'd want to get depressed. You want to go through some roads and you're like, I've been here before. I've gone through an accident and I have seen the light. Yeah. And you're like, you know what? I think life means something way more. Yeah, like there's more to life. There's way more to life that we don't see. Yeah. And I don't want to miss the chance of not seeing it right now. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to miss the chance of seeing it right now. Yeah. Because I don't have to go through an episode like that to remember the value of living right now. Yeah, true. So at the end of it, I'm like, you know what? I want to make sense of life and reality. So by the time I get to there, I want to be like, yo, peace. I'm out. As in like you have lived it. I'm good. I'm good at peace. As in even with like Savannah, a piece of peace, love, joy, and also enlightenment, a place of peace, love, joy, and hope in a chaotic world. Most definitely, because even like after that, even when I go back to my bike, unfortunately I still got into an accident. But again, it's not about me. It's a person who got onto my road. Can you imagine leaving an exit? A road that only has an exit. Yeah. A whole car is coming through. Oh, wow. An exit is entering through an exit. But even that aside, as I was like, I don't have to go back to the accident just to remember, you know what? Oh, yeah. There's life. There's so much. You don't want regrets by the end of it all. You don't want to switch off. Yeah. And then you're like, I could have done this. No, that is living in fear, and that is the worst. Like living in fear of. It's not even living in fear of. It's switching, because there's also fear. There's a part of when you're being beaten as a kid, you see the belt, you're like, hey. Oh, yeah. It's fear. It's there's the fear of the belt being hitting you, but there's also the part of whatever else you can gain or you can achieve just by staying the line, just by just by living right. Doing your homework, washing your room, you don't get into trouble with the belts or discipline cases, all that. So just by that, it's not it's not fear of the belt, but you know what? I'm like, I don't want any pain on my body. I know I can live without pain, without belts flying, without me screaming, I want to feel hit slowly like an animal in the shower. I don't want to shower. Whoa. You hear curfew, you're like, you know what? I'm going home before 7 p.m. because I'm not in for the beating. For the running, for the beating. It's not I'm afraid of the cops. It's just like, I'm good without running. Then you say you squat down and then you do a lot of work and then you stand up and you're like, oh my gosh, that leg is... Because you put yourself under some conditions but if you are prepared for that, let me ask, like, if you had a job, wow, I'm certain. If I had a job, and I just prepared for it, a bit just like, stretch out. Let me ask you, if you stretched out that morning before you did those artworks, do you think you will stretch out? I'm even just there. No, in the coming gig forward, it won't be like intense. But you see, you're ready for it already.
Prepared, yeah.
So it's not that you're in fear, it's just that you want a better after, then you're wise enough because you're intelligent
to stretch.
Yeah, you see this one comes, you're like, I don't need to do this time. I don't have to be hit again. I can pass and then you see, you're becoming smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter. You see depression, you see chaos. You're like, I can do this. This one I know is light. I can headbutt it back to wherever it's going from. This one I hold it, turn it, and make it good through whatever. Hey, that's wow, making sense of life and reality. Let's run this thing. So I think that answers then how you maintain your balance, right? Does cool. Quotes. What's your quote? What quote do you live by that you could tell your kid or your grandkids? What quote will your grandkids be like? You know what? Shosha's not here, but this is what she said, and I live by that every day. What do you think you can be carried from that? If your grandkid was here, your sister, you can.
Do I have a quote I live by? I live by, I think, a few philosophies, not just one.
Yeah.
Which
can our audience hear and be like, just because of listening to this podcast, I'm carrying that with me today.
The biggest one I have lived by so far is always be open to learn. Like, there's a lot to learn out there.
That's big.
Yeah.
You've traveled around and everywhere, so I'm assuming you're open to learning even with your travels. Because you've done your arts locally, you've done your arts regionally and internationally. Hey, mother, watu wa Nairobi, watu watoke. Ndege can achieve after Corona. Watu watembe. So, but again, which countries have you gone to, and what have you picked with the open learning principle? What would you say? Let me put it like this: there's a commonality of sense. So even out there, we think here we have our systems, but you get out there and then you learn like, oh wow, that system is also in our home, but here you're just making it look way better. But again, it's the same thing. It's not like aliens. It's not like you've gone to Mars. You're hearing they're using a whole different system. We have things that wazungu wanafanya the same things you're doing here, and our country is doing the same, but they're doing it well, or they're good, or So what is that commonality? What is that thing that you've learned out there, and why have you learned it from?
The one thing that I've learned that I still use to my work, in my work, is I met an artist from Nigeria, and most of my backgrounds are just plain. I concentrated a lot on the piece and then forget about the background.
Plain background and then piece of
art. So I met this artist from Nigeria, and he did his backgrounds very intricately and detailed. That was just a wow factor for me. So I was like, you have to teach me how you do this. So those are the advantages of meeting these people. Like they teach you how they do it, and then you actually do it and you enjoy it. So from that lesson, my next big graffiti was at the Sana Festival in Australia, which I used the things that he taught me on the mural, and it was just like a hit. Like people loved that mural, but it wouldn't have been that awesome if I didn't meet this other artist, you see. So that my philosophy of being open to learn. Because if I go to these residencies, I'm like, yo, I'm Chela, I'm the shit, I can't learn from anyone. And people will be like, no, don't go there. But if you're welcoming, then you'll learn how to even do things faster. Because maybe I'll be here struggling with a piece, and someone's like, let me show you, just do this. And then you're done with it.
Your life is better, your art is better, your art is better.
You don't have pain because of stretching the whole day, because you were open to learning from someone else how they do it simpler. So,
But even for open to learning, there also has to be the other person who's willing to teach.
That's also important.
Not even teach.
Share the essence.
Share, exactly. Because sometimes you feel you say teaching, maybe somebody's feeling like, this process is making me feel small and all. But other than that, just put like sharing, like, yo, you can just do this a little bit better. By being open to learning. So
that's important, because some people are like, you can't tell me that I've been doing this for 10 years. But
true.
Actually, in high school, I was very weak at math. Form 1, Form 2, but on Form 3, around Form 4, actually Form 4, I was like, I'm here struggling because of pride. Let me just say pride, because I didn't want to talk to the Form 3s and Form 2s to show me things I can't remember. But the moment I put that aside, I talked to some ladies in Form 3 who are below me, and they actually showed me some things I was missing. I moved from getting A's to 96% and A's just from
like
high school. I went from an E to straight A's just by being open to learn.
Making sense of life, and it's like, yo, you know what? Pride. Sit down for it's a whole new one.
The moment you put it aside, it's like, oh, I never knew this was like green. It's like you can see you can see the colors. I don't know how to put it. Like, I see the colors brighter, and
you can decode everything.
Yeah.
It's like,
I guess when you put the pride aside, you'll just discover it for yourself. It's a journey everyone has to take for themselves. Yeah.
But it's something nice to do. It is something worth to do. It's a worthwhile road to take on. Like, you know what? Pride. Just a bit like, let me taste this without you. Let me see how I just do that, baby. Take it with pride. They're like, nah. Take it without pride. You're like, whoa.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah.
No, I think that's one of the things I think I've been running through my mind. People need to learn, like, just be open, be free,
don't limit yourself.
Life is too wide for you to say something. And even personally, and I think personally, when you get to that, it blocks off so much, because you have a negative attitude, or you have your defenses are so high that by the time anything comes, you don't even know what to turn away and what to keep. Because you're so like
defensive.
Like, even with canvas, like an artist, I like about myself, because we are handy and with tools. An old cloth can become something else. A clock that ilivunjika, an artist can just and tonisha, put it on something else. Something else. A whole life. There's never an end. There's never tumefika. Never. And I think that really prolongs the life of artists.
Although wengine wanapatanga stress mapema, ina depend on the side of the coin. There's two sides of the coin.
No, but with everything, I mean, life is a ride, and there's good and bad, like with everything. Even let's talk
opposite relativity.
Let me talk spirituality. There's good and bad. There's somebody who will be like, yo, I'm into the spirits, and they do some creepy stuff. And
talk some physics, fear.
Physics too.
Action, reaction. Like, life is about
nuclear. Even nuclear. The pool, like, we can do nuclear physics and blah blah. We make it. These are making bomb systems are making more life to happen. So life. These are killing life. There's somebody who's using a spoon. Two people are using a spoon. This one is using it for one thing. This one is using it for another thing.
There's always
So the same 24 hours. What do we all have 24 hours. What do we do with them at the end of the day? And wow, that's been a ride. That's a ride. Which countries? Okay, you mentioned Australia. What other place? Australia and Nigeria.
Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, South Sudan.
Wow, Eastern Africa.
Eastern Africa sijaenda wapi. I'd love to go to Ethiopia. Is it part of, it's not East Africa, but around Kenya, I'd love to go to Ethiopia. Yeah, Rastafari.
You want to pay your homage? I want to go to Ethiopia. Many reasons.
I was just told there's a fountain where you have to climb up the hill. It's it's like a very hard journey to get to that fountain. But when you get to that fountain, the waters are just healing. It's just like beautiful. Like it's worth the journey. That is the reason I actually want to go there. So it's a weird reason to go there, but
where's it weird?
Adventure.
We already talked about life right now. We talked about how you've gotten to this point here. You can see the whole challenge. So I'd say it's just the same thing that you're replicating back, and just on a different line. You wanna take that challenge to the fountain.
Yeah, just walk up to the fountain and just relax.
If life was like that, you can help a kid understand. Life is like going to Ethiopia. It's a big challenge going up and getting to that thing. But you will learn things along the way. You get strength along the way. You get to see things along the way, and you get tired along the way. But when you get there, it will be like, wow, it will be like worth it. You sit down and be like, oh. I mean, it's not been easy, but I'm thankful for where we are now. Well, now I want to go to Ethiopia. Internationally, which country have you gone to other than Australia? Because I think it's Australia. Sweden.
It's just India. It's the travel side a bit. I would love to go to more.
See to the travel, miss the travel. I'm a travel Naivasha. But wow, what was good about Sweden?
Ilikuwa like my first ever international trip.
Ulipoteza nini? Tuanzie hapo.
Ilikuwa weird first. Sijai experienced racism, but kufika huko, I did not understand why you would get into a train and someone would just wake up and go to another seat. For me, it didn't make sense, but nili come to realize it's the same as here when you're tribalistic and stuff. So it's just you do what took you there, come back home.
So it's just basically it's like a Kenya but with white people now there.
Yeah, so it's like you can't go to some places because you're either Kikuyu or Kale. So it's just the same here. So sit at home in a Konga Ivo. So I go there, do what took me there, and go back home. But it was interesting because upon nilipata my first culture exchange experience and working with different artists, working with different people, open up your mind to different things.
Systems, structures.
Structures, how things work. And this is how I've been doing things. I meant to Konyuma, and then you find a different way of doing it, a faster way of doing it. You're like, man, what was I learning in school for 4 years?
What?
First years in India are doing things we were doing in fourth year. I was like, what? It's just crazy. So I guess we open up to a lot of things.
What? Now, given that, what's your vision like? Because definitely your vision is way different. Like when you're starting, you're like, I want to do art, I want to do graffiti. This is gonna feed me for my family.
Yeah.
You had that vision. Obviously, you meet all this. Like, do you feel like your vision was widened or was made finer? Like you see, like with the camera, how you fine tune until it's like. That thing is like 4K. Or did it just became like a panorama view to be wider and clearer?
I don't know. I just realized from all these things, I just want a simple life. As I said, I'm a simple artist. I just want to paint, sell my art, tell stories to my grandchildren if I'll have grandchildren of my adventures and all. So it has been clear on what I want, and also kind of just it made me appreciate the people you meet. Hapo ndo nilikuja na hiyo theme ya African essence. Everyone has an essence they carry with them, and that if me interacting with you, I will get your essence that in the future I will encounter something and be like, Dale said this, and this is actually can use it. I told you Dale said this, and I can actually use it here in this situation. That is your essence that stuck with me, that helped me go through this journey. So for me, African essence, or your series, your essence is about the people you meet, the plants that surround you. Like unaweza kuwa na stress and then you just hear a bird singing or just trees swaying. That tree has an essence.
It clears your mind to
be in the moment and stuff.
Taking walks in the park. I don't know. When you hear office people when you got stressed, what do? Take a walk.
Just take a walk.
Do meditate, prayer rooms and all these things. Just
be in your
maintain.
essence, like the essence of nature, the essence of people. You don't need like an angel to come and tell you in the right direction. No, you need your neighbor to tell you like, hey, whatever you're doing is good. This is so nice. Like
not angels.
You need angel through
a person. Definitely. Like we don't have
that's bad kupita kuimba as it goes by. That's its essence trying to get you in the right direction.
That's heavy. Now we just changed the tagline. It's now making sense of life and reality and essence. Because the essence, no, actually it's like making sense of essence. Because of your essence. Because I believe people don't believe in themselves enough to make sense. You don't believe in you don't believe in your essence so much to make sense. You don't know how much you didn't know you can do this art to get you to this to travel around and do all that. If you don't make sense of that night through Savannah all that, because that was actually sometimes I love rock bottom. I like feeling because through that there's something that comes out of that. But again, now it's really be able to skip onto with your essence, be able to skip that obstacle. And once it does that, that's everything. Once obstacle of pride in high school, once you jump that, so the essence. Because I basically I see the self. Because the self.
For me, I believe the journey of life, it's about the journey of self. Because the moment you know yourself, everything is possible.
Once you know yourself, now your essence. I usually feel you have an essence around you. Like when you walk in campus, this person like Nancy Chela. Nancy Chela,
the name.
The person who taught me a song. As much as you didn't have to introduce yourself or anything. He didn't even have to come to you, but still, your essence had him to come to you to be like,
true.
Yeah, we did this and this and this and this and this, and through that you're like,
this is what I'm supposed to do.
And then design, and then you're like, it starts off, and then you're like, oh no, what is this? And then start going down, and Jeff comes through, and then poof, goes back up.
Goes down, then Savannah.
There's a part of like, everything's so good. Oh shit, what is it? So this is a part also of this part of maintaining balance, because as you go uphill, as you get there, you maintain up there, you start going back down to the valley. How do you find yourself again to start going on? Because life, I feel life is a whole wave and all that. In essence and all that is easily, because life is not
straightforward.
I feel more essence.
It's like a wave. It's a rhythm.
It's a wave. And with wave, they have the top points, the bottom points.
High tide, low tide, all that.
I don't know. It's amazing. Thanks for this session. I feel I don't even know what to say anymore.
This is Sense+Nation. Sense+Nation.
The Sense+Nation.
Sense+Nation. Where we make sense of life and reality.